Good evening. Once again, we return to the story of Caius, Spellsword, Dunmer, Eternal Champion, former head of the Blades on Vardenfell, Auditor of the Great Houses, Nerevarine, Champion of Cyrodiil, and currently over encumbered. So one of the big challenges that I encounter here is that I can't just... Okay, sorry. There is one single item I can drop, which is Umarill's sword. But there's no single item that I can just sell at a merchant to bring my weight in compliance. So let's just double check here. Yes, we are now into Dor in Nibin Bay. So let's focus on dropping off our items. Now I do get to see whether or not the potion will last while I'm on a mount.
Lord Crusader, how can this be? You're alive! It's a miracle! I heard voices in the Undercroft, and I came to investigate. You vanished in Godless Mountain. After the battle, we searched further into the ruin and found you next to Umarill's corpse. You had no wounds on your body, but you were dead. I saw it with my own eyes. You did not draw breath. We laid you to rest in the Undercroft. We kept your death a secret. We feared what would happen if our enemies thought you were dead.
Even in death, I certain the wonders of the Nine are many.
Indeed, they are. We knew you had succeeded in destroying Umarill's physical form, but it seemed that you had met the same fate as Pelennor Whitestrake. Tell me, was Umarill destroyed?
I've severed his very soul.
Then he is destroyed. We've won, and you're alive. I have to tell the others.
I mean, I'm heading upstairs right now, right? Well, I'll race you.
We meet again. I am here to join your order, having received a divine vision from Kynareth herself. I have been shown that to protect all Kynareth's creations, I must take up your cause and be willing to lay down my life for you. So here I am. I have no doubt that our good works will be talked of in the eras to come.
Accept. Welcome to the Order.
Thank you. I shall serve the Order to the best of my ability. I must change into something that suits a knight. Please excuse me.
I find myself here, at your disposal. I want to make up for the mistakes I've made, and devote myself fully to the faith. If it pleases you, I would join your Order and serve the Nine at your side. What say you?
Accept. Welcome to the Order.
Thank you. It means a great deal to me. Excuse me while I gather the equipment I need. Sir Knight, allow me to introduce myself. I am Brelin of Silvernow, at your service. I come to offer myself as an... I bring nothing but my skill with the blade, which is not inconsiderable, and my devotion to the Lord Auriel.
Well, I mean, if you're...
Will you accept me, as unworthy as I am?
No. If you're with Akatosh, you're fine. I accept.
I am honored to join the Order under your illustrious command. Excuse me while I go to the armory and attire myself as befits a Knight of the Nine.
Hail, Sir Knight. My brother and I have heard that you are founding a holy order of knights, and we would like to offer you our swords. We've come all the way from Skyrim to join up. We can't claim any experience as knights, but we learned soldiering from our years in the Legion. Will you have us?
I accept. Welcome to the Order.
You won't regret it, sir. You'll find us true-hearted and brave. I'll be back as soon as I've outfitted myself. Any friend of Martin's is a friend of mine. How can I help you?
That's all good, thanks.
You too.
Let me guess, you want to join
I am
them?
at your service, Commander.
So, hear about Umaril?
You have done what Pellinor Whitestrake himself could not, and have banished Umaril once and for all. The whole of Tamriel is in your debt. He will trouble us no more, thanks to you.
And, what's it like being a Knight of the Nine?
The Priory has been restored to its former glory, and is now a fitting home for our order.
I'm not 100% better, as you can guess, but I'll try to keep the, sickness to a minimum.
The Order lives once more. Pellinor himself would be proud of what we've accomplished. The Knights of the Nine have prevailed over Umaril. Truly, the gods have shown us favor. Goodbye.
These aren't my horses.
Knights of the Nine, hear me. Today we and the might of the gods we serve. Slain in battle. The Crusader lives again. One of our foe. What has become of Umaril the Unfettered? Umaril has been slain. His very spirit cast into the void and destroyed for all eternity. He will never rise. Let us give thanks to the Nine. By their power, the Crusader has rid the world forever. Hail the Lord Crusader!
Is arisen.
You're talking about me? Oh, thanks.
Well met, Sir Knight.
Trying to remember where the, quest took me, because my horse is probably going to be sitting outside that. Sorry, I'm just going to take a second here. I'm pretty sure the horse is in the north. I kind of wish I could show you what I'm looking at on my mobile, but in this case, I'm just going over the old video. Right, so Garlus, Maltar. Wait, that was on the west. How much you want to bet my horse is back there? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna try instead. I'm gonna go fast travel to the Bruma East Gate, and specifically what I'm trying to accomplish here is to get the horse to teleport. Nice. Yep. So, obviously, the plan has been to
Who will help an old beggar?
the plan has normally been to do all the traveling myself, but that's not like a hard rule. Obviously, it's a complete waste of everyone's time if I try to balance and drink the potions, bring the horse back, and all of that. So, in this case, that just kills two birds with one stone. So, the big trick here is that the, as nice as Umarill's sword is, it doesn't actually get me anything extra that well, sorry, I guess it's one extra damage from Goldbrand, but it's still a blade, so it doesn't really do that much for me. Anyways. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to be a little more brutal on the on the items. So unless I'm wearing it or selling it, I may want to hang on to the gray crown. Okay, I will allow. So something like water walking is a great example. If I couldn't sell the glass cuirass, I'm not going to be able to sell the blower's cuirass. Just trying to remember what a few of these notes are, but we're in pretty good shape, so I'm hanging on to horse armor note I can't get rid of. Note I'm going to hang on to because we never actually followed through on that. Alright, so here's what I think I'm going to do on ingredients. I'm going to sort by weight. Got a notebook out here. I'm basically writing down everything that's bigger than 1. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is anything that's useful I'm going to try and turn into turn into potions. I should have hung onto the imp call for Okay, so that's a pair to hang on to. Alright, everything else. At this point, I'm going to turn it into potions. Okay, so we'll hang on to Restore Intelligence. Actually, let me just, I'm going to get the exact stats. So my personality's already suffering. Why is that? Okay, that's something I'm gonna have to deal with, but... Just writing down the ability, or the stats. Either this pen is dying or this notebook sucks. I'm thinking the latter. So I want one of each ability. Actually, you know what? Got an even better way of doing this. Let's go for the... Sorry, this is a little ridiculous. My hand's covered in ink now. Actually, it looks like it's the pen that's the problem. Sorry, just 1 second. Alright. So I realize I've been taking a while on this, but I actually need to refill my pen, so I'm going to be back in just a second. Alright, I realize pen maintenance is not an ideal sorry. Pen maintenance is not an ideal stream subject, particularly without a camera, but It's period appropriate. So I just want to double check that there's not other abilities that I want these things to have. Yeah, so glow dust is a no-go. Glow dust is useful in other ways. I gotta put these, interesting, so I don't actually have, I don't have as much as I thought I did, but it will make life a little easier for me, potions-wise. So, this I keep because of the, wait a minute. So the ironwood nuts will do the same thing for me, but I'll hang on to this for the Fortify Intelligence. Daedra Venom is useful because of the reflect damage, ectoplasm. It's turned into potions. Frost salts, potions. Glow dust, reflects spells, reflects damage. I did say I was going to hang on to this, even though we have clouded funnel caps. So these I'm keeping for their restoration. This is a quest item. This will fortify strength. This fortifies speed. This can go. Reflections, personality, these can go. Restore strength, and this is a fortify speed. So I'm keeping this with the pair. I'm not necessarily going to be keeping all of the potions that I just made. Before I do anything else, I'm going to restore my traits. Rejoice through faith, your afflictions are banished.
Your quest for the Crusader's relics was the equal of any of the old tales. Well met, Sir Knight.
Thank you, Sir Rotan. Let's do
What
business.
can I interest you in?
Okay, so there's no point in hanging on to these. 2 weight is too much. Fortify strength and personality. I'm willing to carry the weight.
A good price for a good customer.
Should store that in my home for a special occasion. I think 0.5 is about as high as I'm willing to go on these. So these kinds of buffs I'm willing to carry the weight, along with, reflection, dispel, and so on and so forth. Now, these I think are my only sorceries, so I think 0.5, like I said, is my limit.
That seems a fine transaction. And that seems... That's a...
Yeah, so it's the straight 100 points, so it's hard to pass that up. Trying to remember what I got this for.
I appreciate it. Farewell.
Just a couple of other little details to take care of, and then we are on our way to the Mages Guild, or the Imperial College. Don't really want a black soul gem just kind of hanging out in your pack.
What's this about?
That, you don't want to accidentally touch one of those.
I'm only asking.
The justification, by the way, for being able to fast travel is the fact that presumably they would have brought the horse back. Although I guess if I went back to the Priory, I would have got the horse as well. Anyways, like I said, it's not as strict of a requirement. It's just something I've generally done. The mist is nice. So whenever I see little visual glitches, I want to prepare for the worst. Party's back there. I'll confess I'm a little surprised that I didn't notice the mist before, because it really does, it definitely adds an extra layer to the experience. First of all, this looks great, but it definitely, I don't know, just the limited visibility, in a weird way breathed a little extra life in some really familiar locations. I guess that's true day to day as well. If you don't see a familiar place in the fog, it's... Oh, come on. Sorry. Oh, looks like I've got a side journey to do. Truly our greatest adventure yet. Don't remember exactly where the bridge was, but I know there's a little bit of it. There it is. There's a, oh, that's right, with its mighty guardian. nothing really for me to do but go straight to the Archmage's chambers. At this angle, it looks like a considerably different statue.
How can I assist? What do you need, champ?
It's you.
So I definitely left something in there, but I think that is what happens when you don't, I think it's possible you might lose something if you, if you don't take it right away. Oh, didn't want to do that. Let's see. Oh no, I'm making a mess. There's no more refined way of... Okay, we managed. Yeah, but what's in the basket? Bone meal. Oh. I'm trying to jump away. Stop. No. Alright, after that adventure, is there really nowhere else for me to... If I gotta put it in the nightstand, I gotta put it on the nightstand, but... Alright, that's all I have to do. I think there's still some efficiency in terms of weight that I can, you know, that I can work with. But honestly, 254 out of 595 is a pretty decent compromise.
All hands.
So I'm gonna take a second to stop by Skingrad, just to drop off the Nern route.
Good to see you.
Hi. You've got some nimble fingers.
So I don't know if we'll get the potion right away, but at the very least we can turn in the quest. I think sometimes there's a sample and then he says he needs some time. To be honest, I wasn't actually expecting to go any further on that, so pretty sure that guy was my very first quest. And I'm incredibly reluctant to say this, but other than a couple of obvious and silly examples, I'm somewhat happy that it doesn't seem to be crashing as much. The scenery is very nice. I'm not quite sure where I went wrong, but I definitely did. It's a good way to find a shrine, apparently. What time is it? Have always just looked like this, so it's evening star. So yeah, it's getting colder, but yeah, I really like this atmosphere. Wrong way.
Watch
that for me or... Never mind. It's been a while since I've seen some boots that I've left lying around. So I know we have an autosave coming up, but just in case. Part of the heartbreak minimization policy.
Hey, good to see you again.
Have some more Nirnroot.
Without a full...
Oh, really?
No.
It's because of the stolen one, probably. Yeah, why did I say that I found... So one, why is the count off?
Nirnroot doesn't need sunlight to thrive. Don't forget to check...
Alright, it's a little annoying that we wasted the
You've
time,
got the
but...
hand of the smith.
I've heard a rumor that a strange doorway has appeared on a small island in the Niben Bay. I should investigate.
Your money or your life?
Nope, take it from me if you can.
We can play it that way if you like.
One day my robbers will learn that they... I guess he was going to the bathroom or something. One day my robbers will need to learn that they have to travel faster than their clients. So apparently the Imperial Guard decided to take the long way around to avoid fighting the Wisp. Your Imperial taxes at work. I'll drop my horse off in the stables in Gravel, and then it seems like there's going to be a bit of a swim to the door. Plus, I get to see this waterfall one more time. I'll see you later.
Greetings, Dunmer.
Rejoice through faith, your afflictions are banished. You make Father Akatosh proud.
Alright, now I apologize. I realize I stepped away to deal with the pen issue, but I've got a couple of things that I need to do, one of which is to stretch, because I'm actually feeling very cramped up right now. I'm also going to take a chance to refill my tea, so I'm going to take a very small break. I encourage you to get up and stretch yourself, and then we will be back to go through the strange door. Alright, sorry for the delay on that, and I know you probably heard a bunch of sounds of things moving around, but I have my tablet in front of me, which means I can take better notes. So, I wanted the blessing of Akatosh before we go through the door. Now that we've done that, we're ready to see what awaits us. Oh, neat.
Can't talk now. That door has been making noise again. No telling what's coming out.
No, go away. I'm not here.
Here comes another
It's not
one.
right. Madness. Why? Why? Everything is wrong. It can't be done. Stay away from me. I won't go back. You can't make me go back. I'll kill you all. You're all going to die.
Stay back. This one's violent. Do your worst. You'll never take me down.
So I got a blessing wearing off. Are you guys gonna finish up anytime soon?
I don't belong. No.
I'd stay back from that door if I were you. Nothing that's gone in has come out right.
Tell me more about the strange door.
I don't know where it came from, and I don't want to. Those who've gone in have come back out wrong. I'm just here to warn folks to stay away.
What happened to them?
Look for yourself. Their brains are addled. Got no sense. Perfectly normal people went in there. And this is what's come out.
I'm going in.
Ha! It's your funeral. I'm just here to warn people, not keep them out. Go ahead in. I'll be here to clean up the mess when you come out.
A guard, Gaius Prentice, has approached me. He tells me that the people here have all returned from inside the strange gate, and all are now mad.
Unworthy, unworthy, unworthy! Useless mortal meat, walking bag of dung!
No.
A nice effort, though. Shame he's dead. These things happen. Bring me a champion! Rend the flesh of my foes! A mortal champion to wade through the entrails of my enemies. Really? Do come in! It's lovely in the Isles right now. Perfect time for a visit.
I don't belong. Not my place. Shouldn't have gone.
Please, sit. Yes, what can I do for you? I imagine you're here about the door?
I am.
Yes, you have entered, and now you are here. Amazing. Truly.
What is this place?
You approach the Shivering Isles. Through the door behind me lies the realm of Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, Lord of the Never There.
And who are you?
I am Haskell, Chamberlain to the Lord Sheogorath.
Why did the door appear in Cyrodiil?
Because my lord wills it to be so. It poses no danger to Mundus. No compact has been violated. It is a doorway, an invitation. Perhaps you will accept it for what it is.
And the people outside?
They entered this realm and were ill prepared. Their minds are now the property of my lord.
How can they be cured?
Cured? You speak as if they are diseased. They live now in another state of being. Perhaps it is you who needs a cure.
What do you want with me?
For you? I do not know. My lord seeks a mortal to act as his champion. As for his intent, to attempt to fathom it is a foolish endeavor. His will is his own. His reality follows suit. You are here because you chose to enter. You were not summoned.
What happens now?
You do as you will. You may leave the way you entered. Your life will be none the worse for your time spent here. Or you may continue onward, through the door behind me. If you can pass the gates of madness, perhaps the Lord Sheogorath will find a use for you.
And if I go through the door?
Who is to say? There are always choices to be made. The realm of madness is no different in that regard. Your choices are your own. Enter or do not, but make your decision. I've other duties to which I must attend. Speak with me again when you have made up your mind. The anticipation is almost too much to bear. Well, have you made up your mind? The tension is almost palpable.
I'll do it.
Fine. I'm sure my lord will be most pleased, assuming you ever manage to see him. You'll want to pass through the gates of madness. Oh, and mind the gatekeeper. He dislikes strangers to the realm. Enjoy your stay.
We've read this one.
I've entered the Shivering Isles. In order to find the lord of this realm, I must first pass through the gates of madness.
Silence warns off, so I would have preferred to be able to take the soul, but trying to get a read on the sky. There's nothing recognizable. So I'll confess I'm a little reluctant to just go into a structure. But I don't suppose it would hurt.
Found an unusual item called a matrix. It looks like a mold of some kind, and it seems magical. I should ask around. Someone in the Shivering Isles must know what it is used for.
So I'm starting to learn there's no effective sneaking against them. Obviously, I don't need to keep all this stuff that I'm picking up. It's just helpful for me. Always nice to get a little security practice in. So they can be snuck up on. So I don't assign any special value to the weapons that I'm picking up. I'm just assuming that I'm going to run into a merchant and I can sell them all off. So, I'm assuming I get to the end of this thing when I find the obelisk they referred to, but this is a purely self-directed little mission, so I guess I can kind of drop it whenever I want. kind of nice if I knew what this ore was for, but... Well then. A little off track now in terms of where I was supposed to be. So apparently I haven't been through there, but then I also haven't been through this other area too. I suspect both are true. Alright, so we started off there, and yes, that was where... that was where I first wanted to go. But they were facing towards me at the time. Whoops. So that's a couple of matrices I found. The fact that it says, like, Madness Boots makes me think that this is a, some kind of a crafting setup. But I don't see much else for me to work with in here, so... I am gonna go to the right and then up and around just to make sure that those empty areas on the map are are properly empty. But if there's a merchant in the area, it would not be a bad time for me to find it, just so I can sell off some of the stuff. Again, this is just some cheap alteration. There's not a whole lot of thought goes behind this. So it does feel like there's this, if you kind of look, it looks like there's something more on the left and the right here, but I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to access it. So at least for me, this is not accessible. There's nothing for me to check out here. That goes into another room. Well, okay, there is one thing I can check. So I suppose technically there might be a way that I could somehow go back up. Oh, isn't that interesting? I don't know if that's supposed to be a representation of the realm of madness or just the fact that I'm seeing a little more of the level than I'm supposed to. Anyways, I don't think this is a mystery interesting enough for me to carry on in this area for too much longer. Let's head back to the surface. Excuse me. This is a very, very cool looking area. I definitely thought there was going to be a fight there. Alright, so I'm tempted to check out the Gardens of Flesh and Bone, but I already know I don't have the inventory space, and it's clear there's a village up ahead. So maybe I can do that after I clear out some inventory space.
I tried to warn them. Hello, I'm Sheldon. I've been here the longest. That's why I'm mayor of Passwall. That, and because I'm the best at being in charge. Welcome to my town.
Tell me about your town.
The place was pretty deserted when I got here. Of course, once I was here, others followed. Can't say I blame them.
Tell me about the Gates of Madness.
They say the keys are sewn up in the Gatekeeper's body. Basically, that means you're not getting in.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about this Gatekeeper.
He guards the Gates of Madness. See for yourself. He's about to destroy a party of adventurers.
Hear any rumors as mayor?
Tove the Unrestful in Bliss is collecting items to build something. Bye.
Hey, get back here.
I'm Fellas Sarandis. Don't breathe on me.
Well, I wouldn't have to if I didn't have to catch my breath after chasing you. Tell me about this place.
It's a nice enough place. Less dirty than others. I feel like I belong. That old man in the room made out of butterflies, he said to wait here.
What do you know about the Gates of Madness?
One leads to the lands of Menia, and one to Dementia. The Gatekeeper makes sure no one gets in who isn't supposed to.
Tell me more about the Gatekeeper.
He's pretty scary, isn't he? Let's watch him in action.
Sure.
I need a bath.
You there! Stay away from the Gatekeeper! Let us handle this! This should be easy! Come on, fight harder!
They should have listened to me.
Why isn't he dying? He's fighting men! You'll never take me! That's the best you can do! Die like you mean it! Oh, you're pathetic! Move! Retreat!
The formidable Gatekeeper has destroyed a party of adventurers. I should talk to the residents of Passwall before trying to deal with this creature.
Try not to stand so close.
Anything else you can tell me about the Gatekeeper?
Pretty scary, isn't he? Jared's planning on killing him. I don't know why. The Gatekeeper looks indestructible to me.
Anything else you can tell me?
The Argonian Bighead is always searching for the fork of horripilation. Goodbye.
I'll try to speak in fewer syllables.
Oh, thank you. Tell me more about this Gatekeeper.
He guards the Gates of Madness. Don't get too close to him. He'll kill you, and it will leave a mess in my town. Jared Iceveins wants to kill the Gatekeeper. Sounds like suicide to me. Goodbye.
Again, I'm sorry for all the clearings and the coughing. if I can, I'd love to find a... Wait a minute.
He's too much. Killed all my men. Get out of my way.
Before I go to a merchant, I'd love to... Sorry, before I go to an inn, I'd love to find a blacksmith of some kind. Although in the inn, because of my mercantile, I should be able to sort of sell anything. Lunchtime.
Hello, I'm Dreadwin. No one was running this place when I got here. They left plenty of things behind, though. What do you need?
Let's
what
trade.
What can I interest you in?
First of all, what do you have? I mean, it's not terrible, but Goldbrand is a hard act to follow. Oh, I'll take a copy of Heretical Thoughts, but let's get off on the right foot and...
Please, go on.
Never mind.
Let's do business. That seems fair. You got a good deal there. Are you trying to... Not for that? I can accept that. A fair bargain. I can accept... That's a... You got a good deal there. That seems... I can accept that. That's a fair deal.
Oh, there's so many of these things. I should have paid closer attention.
A fair bargain. You got a fair bargain. That's a fair deal. You got a good deal there.
I'll hang on to the Madness Sword for now.
A fair bargain. I can accept that. A fair bargain.
So yeah, like, obviously these I should have sold for better, but the madness is infectious.
Thank you for your business.
Okay, tell me about the Gatekeeper.
He protects the gates of madness. He'll kill anyone who gets near. Anyone except Relmina Veranim. She's staying upstairs right now.
Tell me more about the Gates of Madness.
I feel like I need to be on the other side. I'm just not sure how to get in.
And the city itself?
I took over the inn when I got here. There wasn't anyone living here. Except for Sheldon. He says he's mayor. Don't believe it.
Hear any other rumors?
If you want to sneak up on one of those zealots, wear one of their robes. Fools them every time.
Been very helpful, thank you.
See you.
be shy.
He seemed to like that.
They seem at home on land or in the water.
I should talk to the sorceress Romina Verenim about the Gatekeeper. I can also talk to Jared about killing the Gatekeeper.
Take care.
What is it? You try my patience. Well, what have we here? Another hopeful whose blessing hasn't been taken root? No, I don't think so. You're an adventurer? How disgusting. Why don't you go back the way you came?
Tell me more about Passwall.
Quaint, isn't it? Passwall sits in the fringe of the Shivering Isles. It's where the supplicants wait while the blessing of Sheogorath takes hold.
Tell me about the Gardens of Flesh and Bone.
It is where the body of my child was grown, and the resting place of his less fortunate siblings. You have no business going there.
Well, guess what my next plan is. Tell me about the Gates of Madness.
One leads to mania, one to dementia. 2 shades of madness. You're not getting in because you're not blessed by Sheogorath. You can try to get the keys. My lord had them sewn into my child's body. I wonder if you're a fast bleeder or a slow bleeder.
Tell me about the Gatekeeper. Your child, as you would have it.
The Gatekeeper is my child, the consummation of Sheogorath's wisdom in the womb of my genius. It was a painful and bloody birth, but well worth it.
I sense a cutscene.
His brothers were less successful. You won't bother those blessed by Lord Sheogorath. You, however, will die trying to get the keys from my child.
I'm blessed by Sheogorath.
You? Ha! No, you have a conventional type of soul. But I don't make that decision. The Shivering Isles belong to Lord Sheogorath. Were it up to me, I'd cut you open and show you just how uninspired your blood is. No, you won't be getting in.
Then I must kill the Gatekeeper.
Try him if you like. Believe me, after you die, I can put your flesh and bones to very good use.
I'll find a way.
I'm bored with you. Why don't you talk to Nanette? She likes talking. I'll need to cure her of that habit soon enough. There's one sure way to stop a tongue from flapping. Cut it out. Shall I demonstrate?
What?
It's the best possible reaction.
I should see if Nanette has anything interesting to say about the Gatekeeper. I can also talk to Jared about killing the Gatekeeper.
Yes?
If I have to kill it, I'll do it, but let's see if we can be clever.
Hello, I'm Nanette Don. I wasn't sure why I came here until she showed up. Now I know. I'm going to be a powerful sorceress, just like Relmina. Do you hear that sound? It's like a horse dying.
What? Tell me about Passwall.
I don't know who built it. It was here before any of us arrived. It looks like other people lived here before. Dreadwin's been selling what they left behind. So, if you need something, talk to her. She's in the wastrel's purse.
Tell me about the Gates of Madness.
Can't get in without Sheogorath's blessing. That's what Romina says. That's the reason we're all waiting here, for Sheogorath's blessing. Oh, and I guess there's keys sewn up inside the Gatekeeper's body. Not sure why someone would do that. It's not like anyone can get them now.
Tell me more about the Gatekeeper.
He's Relmina's crowning achievement. The Gatekeeper keeps out people who don't belong in the Shivering Isles. She made him in the gardens of flesh and bone. She's my teacher. She's going to teach me all her secrets. Oh, and this is really interesting. Wait. Oh, never mind. My big mouth almost just got me in trouble again.
Oh, I'm sure you can go on a little bit more. I'm very interested.
I'd like to tell you, but really, I shouldn't say anything more. For you, of course. That's enough. My life is drab and wretched by comparison. Sorry, don't talk such rot. My life is drab and wretched by comparison. I won't, not now. What a dumb joke. You've got a point. I salute you, most impressive.
Oh, I messed this up.
Not now, not later, not... Gracious, what a hero. You've got... Don't... That's just not funny. That's enough. Don't talk such rot. That's such adventures. My life is drab and wretched by comparison. Don't talk such rot. You win this one. Gracious, what a hero. Don't waste your flattery on... That's it. What a dumb joke. That... Gracious, what a hero. What a dumb joke. Don't try to manipulate me. You win the... That's amazing. What a... Don't talk such rot.
All right. Go ahead. Let's talk about the Gatekeeper again.
I've been dying to tell someone. You seem trustworthy enough, but... Don't tell Relmina I said anything. The Gatekeeper is flawed. Her tears hurt him.
How do tears hurt him?
Her tears somehow agitate the Daedra bound to the Gatekeeper's body. Her tears make it really restless. It strains harder against the warding magic. She may seem like a tough woman, but the Gatekeeper makes her all weepy. Go see for yourself. She visits him every night around midnight.
Good to know.
Just don't tell her I said anything. I might get another lesson in the nature of pain. I don't like those lessons very much.
Understandable. Tell me more about the Gardens of Flesh and Bone.
It's just down the road from Passwall. It's where Relmina created the Gatekeeper.
And any rumors?
Watch for the Elytra stingers. Their poison can be deadly. They don't like magic much, though. Doesn't that noise bother anyone else? Did you hear that?
Yes? Put that
Somebody
back,
help!
you worthless thief.
Come quickly! We've got a burglar!
What?
You're not talking about me, are you?
Try not to step. Does the air seem...
I'm J-Red Iceveins. Do you ever wonder why things look better without their skin on?
Can't say I
For
have.
instance, you can only really see the bones when you take them out. You can hear them better that way, too.
Any other insights?
The Argonian bighead is always searching for the fork of horripilation.
do you know about the Gates of Madness?
I can hear them calling to me from the other side. We need to kill the Gatekeeper. He has the keys.
Tell me more about the Gatekeeper.
I want him dead. I need him dead. His bones are calling to me. Rumor has it you want him dead too. If you're any good with a lockpick, we can help each other out. We can get into the gardens of flesh and bone.
Tell me more about the Gatekeeper first.
He must die. It's the only way.
And the gardens?
They say the Gatekeeper's magical. I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in bones. And the best way to kill something is with the bones of its own. I can see the bones of a dead Gatekeeper in the courtyard of the gardens. The door's locked, though. You'll pick that lock, and I'll collect the bones. Then I'll make some arrows, and we'll kill the Gatekeeper. Sound good?
I think we should do this later.
Hurry up! The bones are calling. Goodbye.
I completely forgot to buy
What?
Heretical Thoughts.
Let's do business. An excellent choice. Thank you for your business.
Heretical Thoughts. Zealotry is an abomination that must be wiped from the Shivering Isles. We cannot suffer their beliefs to spread to even one more soul. They name us heretics for our lack of belief. We gladly accept the name and will make an honorable one. It is not heresy to speak truth. It is not heresy to speak out against an unjust lord. It is not heresy to take arms and action in defense of true belief. We are the so-called heretics of the Shivering Isles, but we do not speak heresy. We speak the truth. Our Lord Sheogorath is but a man. He is only flesh and blood, not a god, and certainly not a Daedric prince. There are no princes in the realms of the Daedra, only vile servitors such as the Hungers that we summon to do our bidding. Sheogorath is the False. Sheogorath the False is a mad despot. Years of dabbling in foul magic and consorting with Daedra have driven him mad. He is not a fit ruler, let alone divine. He perverts the teachings of Arden Sul, he who gave his heart's blood. When the truth of our cause is common knowledge among the people, we will drive him from New Sheoth and put that cesspool to the sword. His 4 limbs will be scattered to the 4 winds. His head will rest upon the hill of suicides, and his heart shall be burnt in the flames of freedom. His entrails shall be fed to the dogs. We will make all the people of the Shivering Isles wear the robes of the heretics. By these robes we know each other to be true non-believers. The people shall return to the wilderness and live among the wild things as we do. They will see the wisdom and purity of the life we lead, as they will hail us as saviors.
Goodbye.
Not my best reading, sorry. So it sounds like I need to wait until midnight. Sacre bleu. You're not gonna let me get out of here, are you? I think I'll just let the autosave take care of it. Probably save just in case I mess this up. It's not that long of a wait, but...
My dearest, how are you feeling tonight, child? I'm so proud of you, my child. You crush our Lord's enemies into dust. But still he refuses me. Why? No, it's too much. I don't know why I keep coming to visit you. Why does it still, after all these years? Why?
The sorceress has dropped a handkerchief full of her tears, which apparently can hurt the Gatekeeper. I should get that handkerchief. I can also tell Jared I'm ready to go to the Gardens of Flesh and Bone. I've squeezed the handkerchief full of the sorceress's tears into a bottle. This may act as a poison to the Gatekeeper. I have a limited number of doses, and so I will need to be careful using them. I can also tell Jared I'm ready to go to the Gardens of Flesh and Bone.
Well, I tried to be clever about it.
Gatekeeper is dead. I should retrieve the keys to the Gates of Madness from the Gatekeeper's corpse. I have both the key to Mania and the key to Dementia. I can go through either door of the Gates of Madness.
So, you've managed to kill the Gatekeeper. Pity. Well, you'll now be able to enter the realm proper. You'll notice there are 2 doors. One leads to the lands of Mania, the other to Dementia. Enter through either one. The lands are quite distinct, but both are Sheogorath's domain. You'll want to seek out Lord Sheogorath. I believe he has plans for you. Try not to disappoint him.
Tell me about the Shivering Isles first.
You will enter soon, I imagine, through the gates of madness and into the lands of Mania and Dementia. It is the realm of Lord Sheogorath. It is what he wills it to be. The trees bloom according to his whim, and the wind blows at his command. Tread lightly. It is not a place suited to all mortals, but I'm sure you'll do fine.
What about Sheogorath himself?
He is the Prince of Madness, the ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his will that we exist in this place. He is our Lord and Master. You'll want to speak with him soon, as I believe he has plans for you. You will find him in New Sheoth, in his palace. It is best not to make Lord Sheogorath wait. His whims are fleeting, and should he decide you are no longer necessary, it would be to your detriment.
Tell me about New Sheoth.
It is, of course, the capital of the Shivering Isles. It is divided into Bliss, Crucible, and the Palace districts.
Tell me about the Gates of Madness.
The doorways into the realm proper. You may enter through either one. Really, it depends on which aspect of the realm more suits your disposition. As I've said, all choices have consequences, but don't trouble yourself too much with your decision. All those that enter the realm are forever changed, but some believe it is for the better. A good portion of them, at least.
Tell me about the Gates of Mania.
The lands of Mania are bright, vibrant, and full of color. You'll find its inhabitants reflect the land itself. If you wish to meet the residents of Mania, you will find them in the settlements of Hale and Highcross. Take care, though. Though the citizens and creatures of Mania are colorful, they can often be quite deadly. I'm sure you can handle it, though.
And the land of Dementia.
The lands of Dementia reflect the darker side of its residents. It is easy to get lost among the tangle of roots growing out of the ground. If you wish to meet Dementia's citizens, seek them out in Deepwallow or Fellmoor. I'm sure they'll welcome one such as you with open arms. If only we could speak more often.
Trying to figure out what's going on with this campsite.
Door opened with the key to Mania. I've entered the Shivering Isles. I should seek out Sheogorath. I'm assuming this is the gate through Dementia.
Just wanted to see what the camp was.
The predecessors being an examination on the curious ruins of the Shivering Isles and their terrible significance for our future, by Yngvar the Wanderer. The ancient ruins that dot the countryside are a familiar sight to the inhabitants of the Shivering Isles, so familiar that their true significance has escaped notice of most until now. I've recently uncovered the terrible secret hidden in these ruins, and I will now share this secret with you. But be warned, this knowledge may be too much for some, as you will know the awful fate that lies in store for you, but will be powerless to do anything to prevent it. If you are strong enough of mind to withstand the psychic shock of having your grim future laid bare, read on. My interest in the ruins began with a simple observation. All the ruins visible on the surface appear to be roughly the same age and architectural style. Who created these once mighty structures, and what happened to them? Further investigation revealed an even stranger truth. Although the ruins superficially all appear to derive from the same era, they are in fact of wildly differing ages. Many thousands of years separate the ruins of Cylarn, by far the oldest extant on the surface despite its relatively well-maintained state, from the ruins of Eberaka, which at almost 1,000 years old is one of the youngest sites on the Isles. For those who would dismiss this conclusion, I invite you to visit the ruins and examine the evidence for yourselves. The depth of strata covering the buried portions of the structures, the weathering of the exposed stone, the growth of vegetation on and around the structures, etc. I've compiled the evidence in a separate monograph dating the predecessor's ruin, shocking new evidence comprehensively explained, which is presently unpublished, though I will gladly make it available for those scholars wishing to delve further into the minutiae of the subject. Once I began to accurately establish the dates of the various ruins, a disturbing pattern emerged. The ruins fell into distinct periods, each period separated by exactly 1,000 years from the other, although Cylarn remains the exception, being many thousands of years older than the next oldest extant ruin, suggesting only that the ruins from many earlier eras lie waiting to be discovered, or have been lost to the ravages of time. What could account for this process of destruction repeating itself every 1,000 years without fail? The legend of the Grey March sprang immediately to mind, that ancient tale of a vengeful god venting his wrath upon the land. What if it were more than a legend? What if it were the dimly remembered account of a real event? I suddenly realized the significance of the dating of the most recent ruin that I had discovered, Eberaka, which my tests proved to be about 1,000 years old. Yes, dear reader, we come to it at last. The cataclysm is upon us again. I have dated the ruins of Eberaka to great accuracy. I know the very year of our doom. I refrained from publishing the exact date, as this knowledge is a terrible burden that I would not inflict on others. For a long time I hesitated from issuing even this general warning, fearful of inciting panic or despair. But I have concluded that it is better to prepare for It is better to have time to prepare for the end, in whatever way one sees fit than to have it thrust upon them unawares. I no longer doubt that the legend of the Grey March is based on historical events, and that the last days of our civilization will be terrible. The blasted and tumbled stones of the mighty cities of bygone eras are testament enough to that. But I find it strangely comforting to know that our end is already written in the stones of our predecessors, and that struggling against our doom is as pointless as shouting against the incoming tide. I hope that at least a few of my readers will find equal solace in this bleak foreknowledge. Bark and Sap, the Root System and Ecology and Culture of the Gnarl. Disclaimer, the editors wish to express that the views contained herein belong solely to the author and have been printed posthumously and anonymously. Forward. Before this present volume, little existed detailing the root system tunnels and gnarl but rumors, superstitions, and outright falsities. After consideration of such rumors, and after a much research and expedition into the root systems to see the gnarl and their natural habitat firsthand, this author will elucidate the ecology and culture of the gnarl, and the nature of the root system, and their symbiotic relationship. The root system, commonly believed to be a series of natural caverns and rock formations with roots and foliage growing within, the root system tunnels are in fact part of a giant living organism. Not only are these tunnels not only are these tunnels a living organic root-like entity, but each of the so-called root dungeons represents a smaller piece of a larger whole. The roots of all the trees, indeed of most of the plant life on the Isles, all connect directly to a large root system. The various twisting and turning tunnels have been created slowly over past millennia. Indeed, the growth and motion of the roots is imperceptible, though definitely recordable. The very fastest growing tunnels increase at a rate of a few feet every month, and the slowest a few inches every few decades. Amber. Amber is a colorful resin formed from hardened sap. Much like skin bleeds and scabs over to protect a wound, the root system tunnels bleed a sap that congeals and hardens into amber deposits. Even still, the walls of the roots are very resilient. Swinging a sword at the wall is not enough to puncture it. The large fissures that cause the appearance of amber are the result of massive pressures and frictional forces encountered by the giant roots as they push through the tons of rock and dirt. The gnarl. The current and best theory describes the gnarl as caretakers and stewards of the root system. The creatures tend to the general maintenance and cleaning of the tunnels, clearing away excess amber. This behavior has been observed directly, but observation time was limited due to the aggressive nature of the gnarl. However, the abundance of amber found on the corpses of the creatures further supports this view. There has been some conjecture, though at present very little evidence to support the claim. As the gnarl grow, they eventually become too large to maneuver in the tunnels, and eventually fuse with the walls, becoming themselves part of the root system. As to the recent claims of giant gnarl, it should be noted that no credible sources exist to corroborate. However, even were these reports to be true, the rarity of such sightings would suggest that only a very few gnarl ever grow large enough to ascend to this root state. Little is known about the natural lifespan of the gnarl, or of their social behavior, since observational expeditions into the root system are difficult at best. We do know with certainty that they are very territorial. The gnarl are so protective of their tunnels that they will respond aggressively to anyone who comes within sight, which makes studying their social systems nigh impossible. This behavior has, however, provided us with an abundance of corpses to study at our leisure. When we analyze the corpses of dead gnarl, we can see clearly that these creatures are made entirely of plant material. They are covered in bark and leaves, and over time they decompose similarly to other plant detritus. All attempts to plant gnarl or parts thereof into the ground have proven simple folly. To date, we don't actually know how the gnarl reproduce. Upon examination, we have found nothing that looks like a brain is found in other sentient creatures. This does lend credence to the symbiotic caretaker theory, suggesting that a kind of hive mentality, although there have been no substantiated sightings of any such queen gnarl who might be controlling the drones. The other available explanation is that it is magic that animates these creatures, though this author finds resolving difficult questions in this manner to be counterproductive to the development of a rational theory. Conclusion. The complex root is a living organism that grows little by little each month, tunneling beneath the land. Virtually all the plant life on the Isles is connected to this root system. Severe trauma to the system walls results in the formation of amber deposits as part of its natural defense mechanism. The root system has a symbiotic relationship with the gnarl, who act as its protectors and caretakers, and who may be I'm so bad with this word, Phyletically, I know the word, but I don't know the pronunciation. I'll say phyletically and physiologically connected to the root system itself. In short, we have a living system, each with its own dedicated staff of protector caretakers, growing and developing largely unnoticed beneath our very feet. At least I think I know what that word was. I believe that is related to the concept of phylum, but which is from biology. Here the editors wish to acknowledge that the author was found dead near the entrance of one of the root dungeons. We again wish to remind the reader that the opinions expressed by the author are his own. While we do not dismiss the rational method employed by the author in his studies, we certainly do not deny that magic is explanation enough for our Lord Sheogorath's many wondrous blessings. We did, however, carefully consider omitting this clearly treasonous second half. We have decided to include it for journalistic integrity and at the request of his generous widow. Afterward. And now I will venture towards that theoretical discussion which draws near heresy, which I dare say will one day be the end of me, but which I must put forward for good or ill. The common belief is that our Lord Sheogorath has blessed our land with two temperaments, mania and dementia. However, after much study and reasoning, I believe it is the very realm itself that imposes upon us these two spheres of polar extremes. I've devised a clever experiment whereby I seek to prove this theory. If you take a flower from a common plant, cut it, and place its stem in water with dye in it, you will notice that the petals will slowly take on the color of the dye. Clearly, the veins of the plant transport the color to the leaves. Now, when we look at the Dementia side of the land, colors are muted and dark, and in the Mania side, bright and colorful. I believe the root system and the gnarl that serve it are draining the color from the land of Dementia and giving it to the land of Mania. For what purpose, it isn't clear, but my experiment shows how color is transported through the plant veins, and what bigger system of plant veins is there than the giant root system tunnel network. Is it not then obvious that this system is the conduit of the forces of mania and dementia? And do we not eat the plants and fruit of the trees that connect to the root system, and the beasts that feed on them, and drink the waters that fall from their leaves? Do we not breathe the air that carries their spores and seeds? Do we not throw our own waste onto the ground to be absorbed into the soil? Thus, are we not intimately connected to the giant root system under our feet? Surely we are one with it. Clearly the root system is feeding those of us in the mania brilliant color, giving us our mood swings, filling our hearts with passions and sensations, and giving us powerful urges by stealing these things from our fellows in dementia, leaving them dark, desperate, angry, violent, and disturbed. Sheogorath is not the source of our gifts, it is the land itself that has unbalanced us so. The gnarl are the servants and lifeblood of this parasitic process. If we were to kill all the gnarl, the balance would be restored. Mania would be less bright, true, but so would dementia be less dark. We and our world would become whole again. Let go of your belief in the collective fantasy of Sheogorath. Let go of your belief in your own special gifts. We must destroy the gnarl and the root system. We must destroy those who shackle us to the belief in some haughty and aloof ruler who toys with our emotions and well-being. To arms, brothers and sisters! To arms!
Just trying to get back on the road. Well, I finally found the gnarl. So I'm not sure what one of these things is. So this is a really good DLC. Like, the enemies are really interesting. The environment is just fascinating to look at. This is huge. My God. So I'll confess I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking for here, but... But it looks like we've been, well, actually not entirely everywhere. And then I suppose there's also the very relevant question of how do I get back out? As my inventory fills up, I'll probably have to start making some specific decisions about what I want to keep, but for now we still have a little more room. Trying to be a little bit better with using spells I already have access to. I've sort of, ever since I got my destruction up to 100, I haven't really been using it. Also, I'm gonna need a lot more repair hammers, or I'm gonna need to avoid taking damage. Probably not as good of a soul as some of the other things I can grab, but every little bit helps. Alright, that's kind of interesting. Sorry, I try to apply. I try to be silent when the debuff is on. So I was gonna say I don't think I hit the. I don't think I hit the steel, the soul ability. It's quite a few more than I was planning on dealing with. Alright, so, I mean, clearly I like this already, but I'm really enjoying this this DLC. Like, the challenges are, like, obviously the enemies are leveled up. The challenge sort of feels appropriate. I mean, I don't really doubt whether or not I'm gonna win, but clearly I've been motivated to use more of my abilities. And again, just the environment is something else. So I hope I'm able to get my destruction back. I don't suspect I'll be seeing the temples to the 9 here. Ow. This is better than the battle axe. It's also less weight. That's a pity. I just want the potion. I think there was a blue potion which I may or may not have picked up. Seems like either they're not affected by it or they disable it. We are pretty far off from where we started. Oh. So I gotta try and get back on the straight and narrow. Maybe the better call here is just to go back through the tunnels again. It seems like a little bit of an anticlimax, but this actually seems to be the better call. Now I need to find a bed too. Oh! Still getting jiggy with it. Okay, clearly took a wrong turn somewhere. lots of side paths, which is obviously very tempting, but I am easily distracted, so let's stay on the path for now. Eventually I'll figure out how my spells work. Don't really have to wait for it.
You've ascended to level 35. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck, but you know you've earned every ounce of your success.
And on that note, I think we are going to call it for the evening. Again, I apologize. I was feeling a little bit better yesterday, but it seems like today it's caught up with me. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.